next we have up on stage Hill, who is the CEO and co-founder of Sontana. Hill, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Hill Pruksananont. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Sontana. We're from Thailand. Sontana is a monthly apartment rental platform. We offer fully furnished, professionally managed apartments to business professionals and nomads in Thailand. We started this because we saw a significant gap in the rise in monthly rental demands and the lack of qualified supplies. I'm here to connect with asset owners and investors who will help us scale across Southeast Asia. $9 billion, that's the size of the market for midterm rentals in Southeast Asia. And that has been growing steadily, over 30% every year since COVID, due to the rise of remote work and attractiveness of Southeast Asia cities. You're sitting in the hottest market right now for that, in Bangkok. And believe it or not, there's less than 1,000 fully furnished apartments available on a monthly basis here. Why is that? That's because most of the apartments are owned by owners and they only want to rent out long terms. For those other apartments on Airbnb, they're only available as illegal short lets. We're here to solve that. At Sontana, we provide fully furnished, live-ready apartments available on flexible monthly terms. Guests can easily book, digitally sign contract, and move in on the same day that they book. The apartments are professionally managed throughout their stay. These are our actual apartments across Bangkok. They're preferred by international business travelers who would pay premium for the conveniences. Within just 1 year, we have reached almost 100 apartments in operations. We have been able to uplift the rent by 1.8 times in the typical market. In the past 3 months, we have kept these apartments at 91% occupancy. Now, that's higher than the typical long-term rentals. What this means is that through revenue sharing agreement with landlords, we're able to capture 30% of the gross rentals and still make 10 to 20% more for our owners. Through revenue sharing agreements, we work with individual owners, building owners, and developers to turn their idle assets into high-yielding rentals. We manage them all the way from onboarding, equipping the apartments, marketing, to managing the apartments. We offer these fully furnished apartments on a monthly basis to long-stay travelers, nomads, and business professionals who is willing to pay the premiums. We focus on boosting income for our owners. Our attrition rate has been 0 from the 100 apartments that we managed in the past 1 year. And we're able to do this through data-driven management. From unit selections and setting price, we employ our own proprietary pricing data. We blend midterm to long-term depending on the time of the year to maximize the yield. We use dynamic pricing to capture the peak season demand and keep our owner happy. Now, managing 100 of apartments across the city is a lot of headache, and it has its own challenge. We tackle this with technologies. From onboarding to decoration to customer service and maintenance, we automate the processes, which means we can launch an apartment on average as quick as 7 days. Once they're launched, we have rented them out on average within 8 days. We aim to use AI to help us further in reservation and customer service to drive down operation costs. We aim to be the most efficient and lowest cost operator in this space. Our team has a blend of experience from property management to engineering. We have led high growth technology companies. I myself co-launched Funding Societies in Thailand. It's a regional fintech backed by SoftBank. Our advisors came from Hostmaker and Central Groups. They were the largest apartment operators in Europe and the largest hospitality developers in Thailand. Again, we have reached, in just 1 year, 100 apartments that we manage. And we are also contribution margin positive at this point. We look forward to scale this to 300 apartments within this year, and also to other cities, key cities like Pattaya and Phuket. We look forward to connect with investors, asset owners, to help us drive this growth. Thank you.
Hill, thank you very much. We'll now give it up to our judges to ask you some questions.
Please.
What percentage do you make of the rental fee? Or is that, I assume it's a percentage?
Yes, so we revenue share with landlords, and our share is 30%. We do pay for all utilities and internet fees. So.
Okay. And I guess you've got two customers, right? One is to get the apartments and the other is to lease the apartments.
Exactly.
So how do you convince somebody to give you the control of their apartment? And what is a one-sentence pitch for that? Why would, if I have an apartment, why would I give it to you?
So instead of having sit idles, come join us. You start earning rentals within just 2 weeks after we bring them on board and rent the properties.
And I guess it's really, I mean, you mentioned Airbnb being illegal short-term leases.
Yes. So in Thailand, less than 30 days rentals is illegal. And the people who does it, but the government has been cracking down. For us, we comply fully with building regulations and city and all laws.
And how hard is it for Airbnb to do exactly that, just to have a minimum 30 days?
Oh, Airbnb has been growing midterm rentals, and we don't see Airbnb as our competitors.
Okay.
They are our channels. Airbnb is one of the channels that we also market our properties on,
okay.
and we have the most prominent profiles on Airbnb. We get data sharing from Airbnb specifically to us because we are one of the largest lister on them every month.
Oh, that's great. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Thank you.
Do you do renovations yourself?
We keep the renovation pretty light. When we qualify the units, we send in our inspection team. If the unit requires heavy renovations, we usually do not onboard them because it would take too much time. So we do light touch-up and minor decorations to get the units to live-ready standards.
And do you cover the cost, or is it split with the owner?
There are most of the costs for furnishing major appliance equipments are covered by owners. There are decorations that we try to keep them to our standards that we would cover the cost. But those costs are usually paid back to us as little as 2 months after rental.
Okay. And what's your ask?
Well, right now we're looking to scale to other key cities in Thailand. We have proven the models here. We believe, and for us, we certainly would be seeking investments to help us grow. We have estimates, for example, in one city, we would need about $300,000 to get it fully established. We certainly will be investing in technologies more, and that's probably in a range of $200,000 to $300,000. So we certainly are looking for investments and also partnership with asset owners to help us grow.
Thank you.
Hi. So you mentioned you have like 91% of occupancy.
Yes.
Do you guys take care also of the marketing in order to rent the units? And if so, if you're taking care of the marketing, what percentage of your cost is that marketing within the business? So, because I want to understand what the unit economics are a little bit more.
So currently, in our rental channels, about just slightly over 50% comes from OTAs, and about 30% of them comes from direct. Other comes from referrals. For the OTAs, the cost for long-term rentals range between 12 to about 17% or so. So that's a cost, but those costs are usually those costs are paid by owners before we split the revenue. If it's our own marketing, currently we spend about 10% of our total OPEX on marketing for our own to generate the direct part of our customers, the direct channel of our customers.
And also, I've seen some players doing the same in other markets, and I think one of the things that is, as a business traveler, and sometimes don't want to stay in a hotel, are you guys thinking of building the brand, like being Sontana, like a place to stay, or you just, don't really care? Or, by meaning this, sometimes you want to know that it's got a Sontana bed, or Sontana furniture. Are you thinking about that angle as well, like being a brand?
Yes, certainly we aim to build a brand as Sontana as a furnished monthly rentals. 5% of our customers comes back to us every year because they're seasonal traveler and they love the experience when they stay with us. So we certainly want to build a brand as we move forward, but we want to also focus on being a profitable operator, and it takes a lot of cost in building brand. We see that as a second stage, not the first stage.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, judges, and thank you very much, Hill. Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
This lady there.